Alright, next deck tech. So the mono white Stoneblade / Splinkblade deck. Basically, what I just want to try out here, and then I might pivot to another deck. I kind of just, curiosity killed the cat type of thing. I like having the pseudo lower curve of having Thraben Inspector in the 1-drop, but I've really been having so much success with 24 lands in all my other decks. I mean, look at this, 24 lands mono black, 24 lands mono blue, 24 lands mono red. Well, 24 because it doesn't show up as a land in the land count, but it is very much a land, Valakut Awakening. 24 land even in mono green. In fact, with the Tranquil Thicket, of course. Without the Tranquil Thicket, it'd be kind of too awkward, I think. And that makes me think. Let's give 24 lands a shot in this deck too, shall we? And I think it's a pretty easy swap. I just take out the Thraben Inspectors for Sajiri Step. Maybe they help us find more Wall of Omens, more Ephemerates. I mean, just go through the rest of the deck. Or they help us hit our land drops. I think because we're playing so many lands, I think I can get away with playing 6 Horizon lands. We want 4 Horizon Canopies because we are going to be trying one of Gaia's Blessing in the sideboard. This might end up being... See, the thing is like this is taking up an entire sideboard space for just basically one deck, Mill. The problem is I don't really have much of another strategy against Mill. I almost thought about playing Nevermore, 3 mana, name a card. The name card can't be played. Enchantment. It's an enchantment card that you name a non-land card, and the name card can't be played. Basically, the problem with Nevermore is that there are 3 cards that really make life miserable for us against Mill. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, I forget what it's called, Fractured Sanity, I think, the card that mills 14 or cycles and mills 4 for 3 blue, and Archive Trap, a 5 mana, target player mills fit 13, if you shuffle, you can pay 0. Those 3 cards mill an enormous amount of cards from our library for a very reasonable or even free cost. Yeah, relying on Nevermore to shut them all off seems a little bit unreasonable because we don't know which cards they're gonna draw more. Like we could name Tasha's and then get Fractured Sanity 3 times and then just get milled out. We could name Archive Trap and then get Tasha's Hideous Laughter out of the game. We could name Tasha and then get Archive Trap out of the game. Like it's just hard to know which one to name. Like Mill is kind of like a burn deck, but we can't rely on cards like Heliod's Intervention. Chalice. Well, Chalice on 1 is okay, but it's not it's still not necessarily number 1. Or Solitude. Basically our life gain effects, Charming Prince, Batterskulls. Our life gain effects can help us out against burn, but Mill is kind of like a burn deck, but we don't actually have much anti-mill tech like we do kind of anti-burn tech. So the reality is, I really think... And because the fact of the matter is, we only have to play one of these in our sideboard to potentially get a huge break. Now, yes, this could get Tasha's Hideous Laughter into Exile. That is always a possibility. So Mill is definitely better equipped to possibly get around Gaia's Blessing than it ever has before. But they could miss it off of Tasha, and every time they hit this with a Fractured Sanity or something, it's extreme value because it basically just outright counters that and undoes any previous Mill. So it's not perfect, and sometimes it'll just get Tasha'd and we'll just lose anyway. But I think this will, I just think playing one of these in the sideboard, just one, enormously improves the matchup. I don't know if it makes it even, or I don't know if it, makes it even, let alone favorable. But if it bumps it from a 30% to a 40% or something like that, in our, if it bumps it from a 2-8 matchup or 3-8-7 matchup to a 4-6. That's fine by me, but hopefully it pushes it even higher to even-ish or something. I don't know. We'll see. At the end of the day, our Glacial Clock is definitely a big problem. But and unlike black, we don't necessarily have access to discard to control the hand, or counter magic like in blue to counter the spells, or Blood Moon to control their mana like red. But we do have some other creative possibilities. So anyway, let's maybe get this going. I think I can play 6 Horizon lands because the idea is very simple. If I see a lot of these Horizon lands, you know, and I have a lot of other lands, I can just play the other lands first. But like, yeah, when I have this many utility lands, I definitely want to be able to cycle through them. So anyway, let's see how this goes. It is possible 6 Horizon lands might be too many, but I think this could be a sweet spot. We definitely want the green ones as a 4 of, so we can maybe cast Guy's Blessing if we draw it, which isn't the best, but it's better than just it being a dead card and being stuck in our hand. I don't know. And of course we got our Heliod's Intervention as a 2 of, just useful against Hammer Time, useful against Enchantress, useful against I don't know, possibly Tron, definitely against Burn. I mean, just, you know, generically, lots of different matchups this could come in against. And as a 2 of, actually, it does a lot of work. Can hit artifacts and enchantments higher than 4. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. All right, let's get to the games. All right. So match 1, we're actually going to be trying to do 2-mans, and actually having Secluded Step may actually prove to be very valuable. And actually, because think about it, this would have been a 2-lander without these things. I'm still going to try to cycle these as much as possible. Oh my god, they're probably on Tron. Well, anyway, I mean, having a 1-mana 1/1 isn't going to improve our clock much, so, you know, that is what it is. Yeah, it's Tron. Yeah, so I might do like a pseudo league. Let me pull up the notes here. All right. Alrighty. I don't think I have that much of a plan against Tron. Maybe that's kind of an issue. I guess Chalice on 1 is better than nothing. Maybe Heliod's Intervention. Just trying to think here. Yeah. I guess I have to go for Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, so we gotta do this. We gotta cycle. Well, that's a good development. Alright, let's try to... Maybe we can use Field of Ruin. Alright, yeah, let's cycle. Yeah, so we could either cycle on a turn, or we can try to get Solitude in play. At least maybe we just want to try to get Solitude in play, even though there's no creature to remove. We just can get a clock going. I guess, in theory, we should have just played Charming Prince. I don't know. I need a Solitude. There's just no two ways about it. It's a very janky clock, but it is. But it is a clock nonetheless. Alright, I guess they're main decking Dismember. Fine. I guess we'll scry 2. I should have scried 2 off of Field of Ruin. If it's not Stoneforge Mystic, I think it goes to the bottom. Yep, bottom. Bottom. Yeah, I tapped my mana wrong. Sorry about that. This is possibly a big flub. Definitely should have been cycling Secluded Step end of turn. It is what it is. I definitely do not want to play it. Alright, so we're definitely going to Field of Ruin that. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic, that's good. Alright, so what we can do is we can Field of Ruin and play Stoneforge Mystic. There's this tower. Alrighty. We can get Sword of Fire and Ice, or we can go get Caldera. I'm going to Sword of Fire and Ice. Either way, we can start swinging for serious damage next turn, but Caldera leaves us vulnerable if they dismember the Stoneforge. Okay. Fair enough. So they can start playing maybe Wormcoil next turn, so maybe getting rid of those Solitudes might turn out to be kind of so-so. Alright, well, we definitely don't want this. I don't want them to get Tron next turn, that's for sure. Let's just cycle this and see what we get. If we get another land, we'll put this into play. Okay. So they have 3 forests. That's a little bit unexpected. And they're really drilling hard for the Tron lands. But what can they really do with all this mana anyway? Well, that's never really a good question to ask. Well, do your worst, and their worst might be pretty bad. Alright, that may not be insurmountable, actually. We can potentially win by cracking in with the Cave of the Frost Dragon. Oh, that's a good one. Man, I don't want to necessarily crack this if it means can't attack with the cave. How about this? How about let's just preemptively get this thing out here. Maybe yeah, scry 2. Actually, I don't think either of these are really that great. Alright, I guess we'll play out this. And I guess we'll path on upkeep. Or maybe draw step is better. Alright, I don't know if they feel proud of themselves. Well, that's good. So, yeah, maybe we can win on the crackback if we Solitude. Well, it's not a bad draw from them. But I could potentially kill them with the well, actually, let's see. Let's keep this as a blocker. No, I don't know. How about that? This is not bad. Well, I mean, if they draw nothing but air. Oblivion Stone was an insane top deck for them. It's an insane top deck for them. Well, actually, that might be one of the better cards they could have taken. Alright, that's not bad. Yeah, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to block an Ephemerate. Because if we play Mortar Pod, they'll just take the Mortar Pod and force us to block with the Stoneforge. So either way, we're going to have to block with the Stoneforge. Might as well get another equipment out of it. Thin our deck a little bit. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, I guess I don't call him Zeus MTG for nothing. And of course, they instantly leave the game, which is probably more a function of my internet than any kind of statement they're making, but still annoying to see. Well, I'll play Chalice on 1. That's disappointing because I thought we were going to steal that game. It looked like until they effortlessly curved out to their Tron lands and then drew nothing but bombs after doing so. Maybe we'll put some humility into them. Path is kind of good against their big creatures, but I don't know though. Is it really? I think the answer is yes. Skyclave? Maybe, maybe not. Skyclave could be good. Nothing else, it's a beater. Yeah, actually, I guess it has to be Path, right? Because I mean, we might as well take out 1-drops when we're bringing in. Chalice, right? Maybe there is an argument to be made to take out Ephemerate too, but maybe I should. I don't know though. Is Archon really going to do that much against them? It could prevent them from chaining mana rocks. Maybe we'd want to do that next turn if we do win. 24 lands, no land. We ultimately are playing 24 lands just to complain when we don't see any lands. This hand is pretty bad, but well, you don't want to mulligan into another hand with no lands. Alright, well, Zeus, conjure up a win with 4 cards in hand, or 5. Alrighty. Alrighty. Any day now. Okay. Alright, we'll scry 2. I'm gonna put this to the bottom. Honestly, we can probably put this to the bottom too. It's kind of free off Chalice on 2, but still. Need to actually draw into good stuff. Yeah, well, this feels eerily familiar to last game, but with no Field of Ruins. Not bad, I guess. You might want to end a turn ephemerate the Charming Prince, which is not the ideal use of ephemerate, but I think we have to take our licks where we can get them. Man, yeah, I gotta really... I think I gotta continue scrying. I guess we have to try Chalice of the Void, right? I mean, there's a reason why we put it in our deck. Alright, let's see if this does anything. At least. Any more field of runs. I guess they kind of already did their dirty work playing all these 1-drops. Come on, one more field of run. Find it odd that they just let that happen. Nevermore, in theory, could also be useful against Tron, but the problem is what would I name? I could be hit by Erlmog, Ujin, a giant walking ballista. There's a lot of cards that could cause a lot of problems for me. Oh, this came a little bit late. Yeah, we're gonna try to hit Solitude. Oh, that's a little bit less than ideal. All right, match 2. I don't think we're like as bad against Tron as some might think. The reality is we just got the worst conceivable hands, and they got the best conceivable hands, at least on a mull to 4 and 5, I think, respectively. We'll keep this. I mean, first hand has no lands. Also, like, what is up with this constantly mulliganing, even with 24 lands? I mean, I guess that is obviously, like I've always said, you play 24 lands so you can complain when you don't draw them. now this one's a good one. Alrighty. I don't think sort of, but I think Batterskull is pretty meh too. Pretty meh, as they say. Alright. Try to put in sort of Fire and Ice. I guess if I would have known they wouldn't deal with Stoneforge, I would have just got Batterskull, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm already starting to think that maybe 6 Horizon lands might be a little too many. Get some. Yeah, and we can finish this off with Mortar Pod, play Stoneforge. Go get Batterskull. Yeah, too much life loss. Okay. See. See what we can do here. Yeah, we're losing way too much life. Probably 6 Horizon lands is where you have to draw the line, most likely. Alright, well that's fine because we will play Aether Vial, play around Mana Leak, I guess. Almost forgot to play that out. Probably Lightning Helix. Oh, Shadow of a Doubt. Oh, good thing we didn't, Man, who plays Shadow of a Doubt? Shadow of Doubt. I mean, we've been joking about somebody playing this card, but it's actually not half bad. It is something to keep in mind for our black deck, actually. Do we want to just play the old Batty Scully out? I think the answer is no. Not enough so much untapped mana. A 2/2 shark. Alright. We'll probably just take and then play Solitude. Let's see. Yeah, just way too much life loss. Alright, that's fine. I mean, we could try to play Batter Skull, but see, problem with that is if they just play Counterspell, then we're just in for Old Effort. Plus, we go into burn range, which is not cool. I think we should sacrifice. Man, this is not good. Let's see if they countered us. Alright, I guess I'll try to path this. Well, this seems like a good opportunity to path if I do say so myself. Oh, I guess there's no responding to that actually, now that I think about it. Oh no, you know what it is? We should have waited till after they played it. Well, maybe now they get mana flooded. Chalice of the Void. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really play much at 1 mana anyway. Alright, let's crack some Horizon Lands. Let's crack some Horizon Lands. Probably crack that Horizon Land. Most likely. And we cycled a lot through our deck. I guess we have to, let's do this here. Because if they play Counterspell, we want them to have to tap. You know, this is unfortunate, but I have to use this for this reason. Yeah, and now even with only 6 planes, we're still threatening to get kind of mana flooded here. Wish I could Violin, Batterskull, and Caldera, but alas. Sector hit. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Alright. Well, let's try to play Batterskull. Cryptic Command. For some reason, I wasn't expecting Cryptic Command. I don't know why. I should have just vialed in the Charming Prince. It's kind of. They made a dumb play. I hate it when they count on me yielding, but it didn't matter anyway. And we could put some humility into them. Calling this Azorius control, even though it's got a little bit of black. I think Path is kind of a nothing card in this matchup. Relic seems good, but Skyclave might be a necessary evil just to get in damage, but seems incredibly weak sauce. Solitude, though, has got to be weaker sauce. Man, though, the deck's just so kind of defensive-oriented. Charming Prince, Stoneforge, Archon, and Skyclave Apparition are beaters. It's not exactly an incredibly impressive lineup of beaters. Okay. Let's see if this hand is keepable, or as it wouldn't have been otherwise. Yeah, we gotta play this out. Well, I changed the plans. I wanted to play Charming Prince, but we definitely want to get our Aether Vial game going. They might Prismatic Ending the Relic, but so be it. The only thing worse than them Prismatic Ending, or using Prismatic Ending on Relic, is them not having to use Prismatic Ending on Relic, if you know what I mean. I'm feeling it. Haha. Can we predict the future or what? Should we play the lottery? Actually, anybody could have predicted that, kind of. Man, 24 lands, it's still mana screwed. I love playing 24 lands so I can complain about getting mana screwed. I really do. It's really awesome. Oh, please bounce my wall. Please bounce my wall. Bounce my relic. Did play Archon. No, let's play Charming Prince. Alrighty, well, little by little we rebuild, sort of. Yeah, okay. Let's see if they do something about this. Interesting, doesn't look like they are. I find that interesting, to say the least. Let's ephemerate to try to draw some cards, shall we? I'll probably cycle the Relic. And they might play Wrath of God or Shark Typhoon. Alright, that is fine. The attack. I find that odd. Yeah, way too much life loss, I gotta say that much. Yeah, it's just ephemerate. I guess I could have played another land. I don't know. And I wish I'd cut it out with the Teferis. More Sharknadoes. We technically dug deeper into our deck than them. Man, this is a little bit... I guess I have to try to go get a mortar pod, right? Alright, they're going to use Castle Vantress's ability. Or they're going to use Castle Ardenvale. Or they're going to play another Sark Typhoon. Well, alright. Well, at least one advantage to playing a string of 2 mans is I can make changes in the middle of a game, in the middle of these things. So, alright. Alright, match 3. Oh my goodness, more Tron. I don't know if my heart can take this. I need frickin' Stoneforge Mystic. This is the only way. That's the only way to win in some kind of reasonable timetable. Yeah, we got a mulligan. 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 I guess we will keep. And I guess we really have to just keep, yeah, and basically, oh wait, 6 cards? No way. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I, mulliganed to Stoneforge Mystic, didn't I? That was the plan, because, like, you know, last game against Tron, it just wasn't happening, unless I, oh, it looks like they're playing each against the Prowess type deck. Well, good to know. I guess they won by just psyching us out into thinking they were Tron. It's just not bad. Well, definitely Chalice are us, that's for sure. Man, Ephemerate can be good, not gonna lie. Ephemerate can be dang good. But what do we? We definitely want the life gain from Charming Prince. We definitely want Skyclave, Solitude, Wall of Omens. Yeah, dang, it's all so good. See, in the 20 land deck, I had more cards to work with as far as taking stuff out, putting stuff in. You know how that goes. Man, Ephemerate's some good stuff, but I think I think we're going to have to go without it. It's only truly great with Solitude. Man, though, like the deck is kind of built around Ephemerate on some level. So to say disappointing is a little bit of an understatement, but you know, so it goes. All right. They mulligan quite a bit. Well, nothing really to play out here, because I definitely want to play Chalice in 1. Alright, let's see. Chali on 1. I think that's a little gimmicky, but that's just me. I think we absolutely can Mortar Pod. And I want to do this before they have some kind of chance to turn that on. I'll probably double Stoneforge for Batterskull and Caldera for maximum velocity next turn. I could Batterskull, Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, that's probably better. Caldera is good and all, but they can easily deal with both Stoneforge Mystics, in which case Sword of Fire and Ice is just way better. Looks like it's Mono Red Phoenix. Yeah, I'll play Sword of Fire and Ice. Alright. Faithless salvaging. I decided not to cast it. I guess jump maximize velocity is like a way to get multiple spells for Phoenix. So there is that. What can I say? There is that. That's what I can say. Alrighty. I hope my GLHF doesn't come off concede or anything. Yeah, Giganta is where it all started. I just kind of wanted to jam just a 5/5 for extra value. So, Faithless Salvaging plus Lava Dart. They don't get to dart anything, but they would be able to maximize velocity. How did they discard something? This shouldn't be too difficult. Alrighty. Let's see. Could play Skyclave Operation. Yeah, I guess I might as well. Alrighty. Well, Chalice was good. I wonder if I need Path too. Probably, but it's also disappointing though to like have Path get shut off by Chalice. But I think it's a necessary evil. And what can I replace it with? Probably Relic actually. Yeah, probably Relic. And Charming Prince is good though. Or Charming Prince rather, I think. Yeah, you know what? Let's put Chalice in the mix. Archon could be good, but it also dies to everything. Yeah, alright, we'll see. Oh, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Sand ain't perfect, but I mean, it's got Relic. It's got Solitude. Let's see here. Alright, I guess we'll play Cave, Relic. Let's see. Okay, fair enough. Gotta love the colors. But what is going on over here? Like what is this? Anyway. Alrighty. I think Batterskull is going to be our jazz. Demands, having dealt with Stoneforge Mystic and 5 mana, is going to be very, very doable from our side. Okay. So instant tribal sorcery. It's funny, they really didn't use tribal at all. I think I don't know, there's some kind of issue with this or something, but like, this appeared and then just kind of didn't really do much since then. Anywho's it. Let's play this out, shall we? If you know what I mean. La 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 la, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway. I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but, you know, if you know what I mean. Just in case they, play Blood Moon, I guess. This could probably put Giganta to hand. Okay. You know, I could play Batterskull, but I just have this, this nagging feeling that, that they've got another Shattering Spree, and I can play around it, so maybe I will. I ideally want to zap a Solitude instead of an Illusion token, but I'll do what I have to do at the end of the day. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to actually close the game out. It may not be successful, but golly, we're gonna try. Alrighty. I mean, they haven't really been playing anything, so for some reason I'm feeling they've got another Shattering Spree in their hand. I'm just feeling it. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. We miss out maybe on some damage, but so be it. And next turn we can play Batterskull. Let's see, 6, 7, 8. Yep, next turn you can indeed play Batterskull. Unholy Heat. Alright, that's fine. Alrighty. Since I'm worried about a out a Shattering Spree. I'm not going to play out the Chalice just yet. Alrighty. I wonder if I can crack the Horizon Land at a turn. I don't know. I probably shouldn't. I probably should leave 3 mana up. Because as long as I got Better Skull by my side, it'd be a little difficult. But we're definitely returning this. See, I told you. I had a feeling they had Shattering Spree. Alright, let's see. Let's see, there's a lot of mana. 5, 6, 7, 8, so almost 10. Now that you can cash in all the Horizon Lands. Yes. Oh yeah, so actually, I think it kind of goes without saying, but I took out those 2 other Horizon Lands from last game. Okay, well, I mean the Silent Clearing and the Sunbaked Canyon. Yeah, I knew it. They've got a ton of Shattering Sprees. I could just feel it. Alright, I may have to play Chalice on 1 this time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be enough. Alright, well, I mean, obviously if it's got enough Shattering Spree, that's pretty good for them, but this plays around like Unholy Heat. This plays around exactly Unholy Heat. Yes, like, because like, you know, it must be, it could be frustrating in a way that we happen to, you know, play around Shattering Spree, like we somehow could see their hand or something. But like, it's really, I just kind of, like, they already exposed us to Shattering Spree once, like, and, you know, if they follow us, you know, I think they kind of like playing a lot of copies of these cards that they deem good, which I agree with, but, you know, it means that I was more worried about Shattering Spree than I guess a Breed, but I guess a Breed would still be an issue. Anyway, it doesn't matter what type of artifact hate they had. At the end of the day, I was worried that, they would just deal with this, and because they just weren't doing anything. Like, why would they keep a hand that just literally plays nothing for a few turns? Like, whatever they had, it was something they couldn't play. And like, there was very few things I could think of that they would sit around and not play anything for a few turns. I suppose they could have been hoarding Lightning Bolts or something, but I just had this feeling that like they had artifact tape but no artifact targets yet. So anyway. Okay. Only had all 4 Shattering Sprees. And we lose 4 life. They may actually get us on damage, we shall see. At least they're out of Shattering Sprees finally. 1, 2, 3, 4. And clearly we would have lost if we had more Horizon lands. Like, even 4 here might be too many, but it's clearly doing more work for us. Man, so mana flooded here, but it may actually work out to our advantage. Okay, unless they somehow have a 5th Shattering Spree, it may be okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna try to cycle the Horizon lands. No, actually, that is just a surefire way for me to just lose for no reason. Okay, I've got enough mana here to play in, to bounce it to hand, replay it. I don't want to lose any life, so I'm just gonna... Well, I've got Solitude at least to help spruce things up. And I'm hoping that they're not necessarily also playing a Braid, but I don't know. That could be a mistake. I just really didn't want to lose more life. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, let's see here. Just can't really. All right. Three, four. I guess I could just play Caldera, but. All right, but anyway. I didn't type the G. All right, let's see. Okay, so well, some changes. Not sure if I'm going to be posting the previous matches where I jammed a bit of a previous build in two-mans, trying to get some two-man games in since the the format's about to rotate. We're right at the what is it, the September 15th rotation period, and in case I come to a good breaking point, I don't want to get trapped into feeling like I got to finish all the league all at once. But yeah, so a couple of changes. Like I realized, I think I really need Flicker Wisp because at the end of the day, we just need something that kind of has more power. Yeah, this can get dinged by Ren and 6. Yeah, like this won't always necessarily like completely mop up. I mean, like it's not perfect. It does have some synergy with Ephemerate though, for what it's worth, because I'm almost kind of inclined to like just play Thraben Inspector instead of Ephemerate though. I mean, Ephemerate's a very good card, but it how can I say, when you don't have something to Ephemerate, it can be a little bit yeah, it can be a little bit mediocre. Let's just put it that way. In any case, Yeah, in any case, I think this smorgasbord of effects is pretty good. It's pretty where we want to be. Yeah, I just really think we need some bigger hitters. And Flicker Wisp, I mean, like all the rest of these cards are pretty dinky. As Charming Prince, ironically, is one of the most reasonably costed beaters we have. And I guess Flicker Wisp is not necessarily too much to write home about, 3 mana for a 3/1. But it does have flying. Under some board states that can produce a decent clock. It does synergize with the rest of the deck. It resets Skyclave Apparition, Wall of Omens, Stoneforge Mystic, Solitude, Charming Prince. We can Ephemerate it in a turn to take care of like stuff until the end of our next turn. Like it's a decent card that synergizes with the rest of what the deck's doing decently well. It ain't perfect, but I don't think beggars can be choosers, so to speak, with this card. So I think we will give it a try. And I gotta be honest though, I'm actually very much interested in maybe just replacing Ephemerate with something else I'm actually interested in. Do I really need Aether? Yeah, I need Aether Vial if I'm gonna have Flicker Wisp. But yeah, I'm actually seriously interested in maybe replacing Ephemerate with just a 3-bit Inspector. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Ephemerate's been a great card for us. It really has. Under many circumstances, we can really go to town with their board. But I think at the end of the day, we have to have a plan to beat the control decks, if you know what I mean. And we have to have something to do against combo. Like we can't be too dirtily. So I think this is going to be our best shot. Anyway, it's been a while since I've ditched Ephemerate, but I think this is the most well-rounded kind of version. So all right, let's give it a shot. All right, so next match. Let's I think this is match anyway. Well, first match with the new build, and I think we can keep this. It's a little bit iffy, but I think this should be okay. And we'll play Aether Vial and go from there. There might just be one change I make for the last league. I don't know if I'm gonna stop it at 5 or maybe play another one, but I may just make one little change. The 3-bit Inspector is great and all, but I have a feeling that I may end up preferring just having a Secluded Step. I think just having access to more lands is very underrated. So, all right, well, Elementals. Elementals is a deck. Alright, well, they could Fury this, and that could be a problem perhaps, but I like the idea of... Well, you know what, let's go get Mortar Pod, actually. Maybe this was a mistake, and maybe we want to sort of Fire and Ice. If I had an extra land in my hand, I think I'd just get sort of Fire and Ice. But I'm worried they're going to deal with this somehow, and Mortar Pod is just great at dealing with Risen Reef. Smoke Braider. Well, I think we actually want to Mortar Pod that. Or maybe we'll just Skyclave Apparition the Smoke Braider. Yeah, we'll just Skyclave Apparition. It's just slightly more mana efficient. Three-Bit Inspector is a card advantage, though, whereas Sajiri Step isn't. But drawing into more powerful, just more generically powerful spells, though, seems pretty decent, too. I mean, it is a body, though, for equipment. It does draw a card. It does just fit the general strategy of the deck fairly well. So they might go Fury. Okay, not yet. So you could Skyclave. I don't want them getting a 3/3, to be honest, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, at the same time, I don't know what else we're really doing here. I guess we can attack. Yeah, let's just attack first and foremost. Is there anything they can, any elemental they can flash in on their turn? Maybe I don't want to risk it. Yeah, I'm just going to play Mortar Pod, because I mean, I can just play Skyclave later on. Yeah, seemed like a pretty good use of my mana. Let's see. Lightning Skelemental. Well, I think we can Skyclave that. Alrighty. Alright, well, that was pretty, yeah. I'm going to call this 5-color elementals because green, blue, red, black, yeah, and white for Kira. I guess we technically haven't seen white yet, but it's hard for me to imagine them not having white. I mean, do we change anything? I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Con of Emeria. All these other cards are just not quite where we want to be. 20 is 20 lands enough? Probably, but I'm seriously considering playing Sajiri Step. We'll see. Let's make a mental note of Three-Bit Inspector, just how it looks. It is a nice synergy with Flicker Wisp and Skyclave in that if they get a token, we can always Flicker Wisp a token for pretty decent value. Yeah, alright, so let's see. Well, this could get a little awkward. But I mean, I've seen worse. We do have Aether Vial. Okay. Charming Prince ain't bad, especially with Aether Vial. We can do the Solitude trick. Thunderkin Awakener. I think we need to just be prepared for the possibility of Lightning Skelemental. I guess we play Stoneforge. And what do we do? Could play Caldera, but I think maybe we want sort of Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice takes a little while to come online, but it's a better later game kind of plan. If I'm forced to use Solitude, I might just Solitude pitching Solitude, because Charming Princing the Stoneforge for Mortarpod actually might be pretty good, depending on what they have. But unfortunately, I won't be able to play it right away, at least. But I could play Sword of Fire and Ice, and then, yeah, and then I could equip to Mortarpod and Charming Prince. Not bad. Yeah. I completely think Mortarpod is a shoe-in for that 4th slot. Nice. Okay. We'll say always no yes, but we easily could. Okay. We're going to try to put in Sword of Fire and Ice in a turn. Omnath. Yes. Alright, so we can do the Solitude trick. Let's do that. Hitting Charming Prince. Alright. Charming Princing on the stack. Alrighty. Well, we'll put in a Sword of Fire and Ice. I wonder why they waited till the end of my turn. Well, I guess we didn't present it good enough. It's fine. I think I'll go to 3. 3 is slightly better. Well, since we do have a 5 card in our hand, I think we'll, yeah. Alright, let's see. Okay, okay. Gotta respect them. Alright, well, we got Solitude in case they have Lightning Skelemental. Kira. Alright, Kira in hand. I'll tick up because, I mean, we got these 2 cards in hand. Next turn we can actually start vialing them out. Alrighty. Yeah, and, you know, 3-bit Inspector definitely looking better than Sajiri Step here. Just in case they have another Fury. Just want to play around that ever so slightly. Okay, I'll run back the same 3-bit Inspector list before going for Sajiri Step. Yeah, sure. Alright, no waste, no yes. Alrighty. Sometimes a 1/1 body, though, doesn't really amount to that much in those cases. But if we rip like a Flicker Wisp, though, the 3-bit Inspector is so much better just having this here as a part of the team. Kira. Lightning Skelemental. Smoke Raider. Alrighty. Okay. I mean, I guess I might as well Skyclave Apparition, right? Alright, well, I guess that's that. Okay. I guess we'll see how the next one goes. Yeah, maybe I'll stick with 3-bit Inspector. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Alright, match, match, I guess 5, or anyway, next, the second match of the new build. Might be our last match, let's see. Well, I guess I'll keep. I'm not sure about this, but I think we've got some possibility for something good. Let's see here. Possibility, definitely have some possibilities. I'm already liking it. Alrighty. Well, let's Mortar Pod. Try to deal with this now. Let's see. Looks like a mono-red mid-range deck without Obosh. Harsh Mentor seems interesting. Definitely interesting. Skyclave Operation would be ideal. Alright, that's I think that's a little bit where we want to be. Let's see. And if they kill this, and the Flicker Wisp deals with the token, always nice. Bloody Blood Moon. Bloody Blood Moon. Well, Flicker Wisp might be a little bit out of commission. Should I play Stoneforge? I think I'm going to play Sword of Fire and Ice. Because this way, if we draw any mana next turn, we can play Stoneforge and equip Sword of Fire and Ice the same turn. Harsh Mentor. Alrighty, let's see. Well, didn't quite go for it. Well, I want to. I mean, the problem is that yeah, Fury is just going to be an absolute nightmare. Well, let's try. I may need to use Solitude, probably hitting Flicker Wisp. I think I need to gain 3 life. And I'm going to go for equipping. Well, that's a good development, if I do say so myself. Pro Red is a very nice ability. And it has Pro Blue, which is a nice little incidental advantage over that illusion token. We'll definitely go after Harsh Mentor. Caldera or Batterskull? Probably Batterskull. We'll ditch 3-minute Spectre, of course. Nice. Don't want to take 12, so I definitely will be pitching this. Okay. I'll probably zap the token. No, I'll zap the Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, because Flicker Wisp is slightly better, but let's play out Batter Skull. Alrighty. Not bad. Alrighty. Alrighty. Can probably go get the Caldera. Alrighty. Aether Skull on the sorted up. Charming Prince might be pretty good. Let's see. Oh, they take that. They don't take that in any bad way. Yeah, actually, with Chalice in the mix, maybe we are heavily incentivized not to overdo it with the cards. I may still actually do Sajiri Step, because then we can actually take out Aether Vial and Path if we want to. Seems very reasonable. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. I think we will mostly play the same deck, I think. I mean, what else do we want to play? Chalice? I'm not sure. Is Chalice worth losing Path? I don't know. It might be. Yeah, but it's hard to say. Thraben Inspector does just kind of synergize with the deck, though, Charming Prince and whatnot. Unlike Ephemerate, also, it's not a 2-for-1 if they hit it on us. So we can be a little more proactive. Yeah, I mean, Thraben Spectre into Charming Prince definitely doesn't seem half bad. Well, no Thraben Inspector here, so even if we had 24 lands, all we would really be doing is complaining that we didn't draw them. Alright, well, with 4 lands, I guess the Thraben Inspectors are probably going to be just better than other random cards. Yeah, let's keep. Yeah, let's put the Plains away. Field of Ruin could come in handy against some of their utility lands if they're off of Blood Moon. Yeah, you know, Thraben Inspector, not bad. We would have just cycled a Sajiri Step if it was any other card. But this is really not bad. Harsh Mentor. You'll get caught up in the Harsh Mentor. Harsh Mentor. Alrighty. I kind of want to block with the Wall of Omens, but then I also kind of want to flick it with Flicker Wisp. Wee. Well, there's going to be no flicking at the moment, at least. Well, maybe never mind. There will be some flicking. Alright, let's see. Getting close to our good old 5-mana mark, which is always nice. I guess we do draw a decent amount of cards. I don't know. The card draw is very... in this particular game, it wouldn't have mattered necessarily Thraben Inspector and whatnot. Yeah, Thraben Inspector, though, can be good. No doubt about that. Okay. And here it is better than Sajiri Step. Alrighty. Let's see. I kind of want a Skyclave Apparition, but what? Should I go after the Mentor or should I go after the Bone Crusher? I mean, it's got to be the Bone Crusher, right? I don't think I really care too much about the Blood Moon. It shuts off their utility lands too, and 2 white should be all I ever need. Okay, not bad. I got another Skyclave Apparition, which is always nice. Let's see. I'll just do this because I got nothing better to do right now. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, let's see how this goes. I think we want to kill the DRC before it gets out of sort of fire and ice range. Well, I guess didn't get out of sort of fire and ice range. I guess I'll start pitching stuff. I don't think I need to pitch. Let's see. Let's see here. Alrighty. This will come on top. Let's see. Pillage. Yep. Sooner or later. I was expecting that. Season Pyromancer. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so that's 4. And we actually have enough to cast Caldera, which is very cool if you ask me. Maybe, yeah, maybe just going back to basics with Raven Inspector instead of Ephemerate is just the way to go. Da-da-da-da-da, Inspector Gadget. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, GG. Alrighty. Alright, post 5 2-man match, wrap up. Yeah, I think I'll call it there. I think that was a fairly satisfying conclusion to like a 5 match set. Again, the leagues are about to reset, so just getting some games in before that happens, and it did give me the opportunity to make some changes between games, which wouldn't be possible if we were in a league. You can say what you want about the 2-mans. Maybe they're a little bit more experimental decks you see in there, but certainly our opponents were playing to win. But in any case, I'm kind of partial to maybe just going with the classic Thraben Inspector. 3-bin Inspector, Path to Exile. No, what's it called? Portable hole shenanigans or anything. Like, the thing about this version is it just has kind of maximum internal synergy in a way. The Ephemerate's not a bad card, and definitely sometimes it was excellent in our deck, but we don't always have a creature when we have it, and against a lot of decks we kind of need Wall of Omens, otherwise it's kind of too risky. We have to like hope that they target our creatures. But like against control decks, for example, sometimes they don't even care about targeting them because our creatures are such a slow clock, and we just have so few of them that they just kind of like wait to wrath on a later turn. And that's kind of the biggest issue, is what do we do with Ephemerate when the opponent's not really that interested in targeting our creatures? If we target our own creatures, I mean, it's okay, but best case scenario, we get a 2-for-1 maybe with Wall of Omens, or a 2-for-1 with Thraben Inspector, in which case we have to pay 4 more mana, which is not an ideal way to get our 2-for-1. But if we get responded to in response to Ephemerate, which actually happened a decent amount for us in previous games, then we get 2-for-1. But the thing about just going with the Charming Prince Flicker Wisp, Flicker package, is that we can be more proactive. And even if they target, like say a Thraben, like if we go turn 1 Thraben Inspector, turn 2 Charming Prince, maybe we just get some clean card advantage. But even if they target the Thraben Inspector in response, I mean, like at the end of the day, we still it's not a 2-for-1, but we still, at least we didn't get 2-for-1. Let's put it that way. And and Thraben Inspector, maybe soaks up a valuable removal spell that maybe couldn't go to Stoneforge Mystic. So there is that. I feel like now that people are on expecting Ephemerate against us, like it's definitely not as good. I think we were winning a lot with it early on because people were expecting it. So maybe we can bring it back when people weren't expecting it. So maybe if people aren't expecting it again, we can bring it back. But I will say one nice thing about experimenting with Ephemerate is that we discovered how good Wall of Omens is in this deck. Even though this deck seems kind of like an aggro deck, Wall of Omens it does a lot for the deck, because really, I think a lot of ideal turns, we go turn 2 Wall of Omens, turn 3 Flicker Wisp. Just like turn 1 Thraben Inspector, or turn 1 Aether Vial, turn 2 Violin Thraben Inspector, play Charming Prince, Flicker Thraben Inspector. We can also just curve turn 2 Wall of Omens into turn 3 Flicker Wisp, or again, Violin Wall on turn 3 with an Aether Vial on 2, then play Flicker Wisp and Flicker it. There's a lot of cool stuff, cool shenanigans we can do. Yeah, and all we had, and actually, I think Mana Ephemerate is a good card, but I think we can live without it. I mean, so it's kind of kind of interesting. I mean, we thought we were like we were onto like a permanent new addition to the deck, but maybe partially because we're kind of hot on Chalice right now. Maybe we just really don't need it. In any case, we definitely could jam with the deck some more. I'm still, a part of me still wants to try the Sajiri Steps instead of Thraben Inspector, but I think in this build, it's just so good being able to pitch them to Solitude if need be. It's just so good to flicker them with Charming Prince or Flicker Wisp and whatnot. Yeah, I think Thraben Inspectors are just kind of a necessary component of the deck. I mean, I don't think there's literally any other one mana card in white that gives us this kind of a. I mean, I guess we could play like Inquisitive Puppet or something. I mean, we experimented with this a little bit in Hammer Time. when we were playing Hammer Time. Fortunately, it doesn't let us zoom in for some reason. I actually think Hammer Time should consider this. I think this might be better than either Memnite or Ornithopter. Maybe that's just me. Maybe Memnite, because Ornithopter is flying. But, yeah, you can turn into a 1/1 white human creature token. But Scry 1 is just not always worth a card, you know what I mean? And it's a 0/2 creature, too. So, like, yeah, I don't think Inquisitive Puppet is only good if we have some kind of artifact synergy. I literally don't think it gets much better than Thraben Inspector for 1 mana in white, for at least this deck's synergy purposes. And I don't think it literally gets much better than Wall of Omens at the 2 mana slot. Just draw a card. Yeah, I mean, 2 mana for a 2/2 white creature, draw a card, you know, we might be talking. Other than that, I mean, 2 mana for like a 1/3 or something. Well, maybe a 1/3, but like 2 mana for like a 1/2 or a 1/1. Probably just having a 0/4 wall might just be better. Well, anyway, I'm not sure much more we can say other than that. I think we finally found a way to cram the Thraben Inspectors and the Flicker Wisps in the deck that we wanted. And also Skyclave Operation. Yeah, just, yeah, you know what? I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the deck. We are a little less consistent with getting the Solitude combos, but hey, we can always just curve into 5 with Solitude. Anyway, hope you all liked it. If you, definitely smash that like button, and if you liked what you just saw, subscribe, and there's more where that came from. All right. Anyway, take care, everybody, and yeah, and I guess we'll get back to the leagues after the next league season starts. All right.